Hello everyone, this is your full moon tarot guidance for the supermoon full moon at 3 degrees Capricorn occurring on June 24th, 2021. This is one of the most positive full moons of the entire year, with the moon being sextile Jupiter, giver of gifts and good luck. This full moon likely sees you trying to, I want to say, regain your footing, okay? Balance, that type of thing, due to the fact that during a Mercury retrograde, so many things are, they become out of balance. And as this, full moon is happening, you're 2 days away, 2 days out of Mercury having gone direct. So, you stand at the ready when it comes to clarity and your goals, wanting to, to decide here that, that's a funny thing, because there are some things that you're still trying to figure out. All right, the full moon is one thing, but Mercury retrograde having been in home sign of Gemini, it made it very difficult to make, some important decisions. And, that's probably better that way than to have made them and be sorry about them. There's also some things here that have to do with relationships and assessments. And as I look around at these cards, I can't help but be reminded that while this is such a powerful and positive full moon, that it falls in a week when there is so much that's happening. You have just had the solstice happen, okay, followed by Mercury going direct. Then this full moon, which is followed the very next day by a stationing Neptune, which will be going retrograde. And all of that is being felt at this one time. So to be able to, sift through it and filter it out, I mean, that's what I see you trying to do, trying to find your balance after the Mercury retrograde, but to be able to sift through the illusions and those types of things. So, you can take it easier each day from the Mercury part, that is for sure. And, work on regaining, when I say balance, it's more of a groundedness that you're able to, come up with now. Because once things start to clear, and they do, and they will, you'll be able to see more clearly what is, see, boy, the universe has a lot going on here for you, okay? There is change that's in the works. It's been in the works. This full moon brings to an end the eclipse season that you've just been through. 6 very, difficult weeks, and you are, emerging from that tunnel, so to speak. I like this. Now, it doesn't feel fast-paced. There may be a surprise or two, like a landmine or two that are there. But I think that that's part of what is going on, is being able to navigate successfully, okay? And putting that kind of stuff behind you, because eclipse season often does contain, surprises, landmines, if you will, that come up, stressful situations. So putting an end to all of that and beginning to put plans into motion and moving on and moving away. So when they say that, a full moon is a culmination, I think in this case it's a culmination of many things. Definitely offering up a new perspective for you. It's like a, I made it. A little worse for the wear, but I made it. And there are things that are here to be had. When I say success, it could be anything, to be honest. Almost feels like rewards being given, if you want to put it that way, for having made it this far, for pushing through and having that, determination, okay? And I'll be honest, I think that, most people, and it's in varying degrees, need to recover a little bit from, like I said, you get through it a little worse for the wear. So you kind of have to get back into the swing of things. Remember, I said right back in the beginning about balance, finding your balance, getting things, and you need to have patience with yourself when it comes to this, okay? This is all about the future, and this is that point. If it's not happening right at the full moon, I want to say it's happening within like 5 days, right by the end of the month, that there is something that's going on, okay? As you not only look to the future, but you prepare for the future. Yep, that's it. It's time for the next big adventure. This full moon is the kickoff. It awaits you. Yeah, Jupiter is there to provide optimism, something that may have been missing a little bit lately, but it's there now for the taking. It brings healing. Oh, I love this. Separations and celebrations of a very different type. Or, wait a minute. Yeah, see, you can't make this stuff up. You really can't. Unbelievable. Everything is transpiring as it should be, okay? You have been calling things to you. They are coming your way. You're going to continue to do that, all right, in answering that call. At this point, there is, I think looking for clarity is an important thing. It's not quite there yet. You will have it, all right? And I think that just takes a little bit longer because of Neptune obviously being in the mix. But so there's this, like, I'm not sure what to do kind of feeling that's happening here. So, you're kind of asking yourself, do I take it slow? Do I go fast? Do I push for my changes? I think that a very steady pace, just moving forward methodically is more indicative of a Capricorn moon, okay? Keeping yourself grounded and not letting, Mars in Leo get too, pushy or give you too big of an ego. The clarity's coming, okay? And when it does, it's kind of like going from the shadow to the light type of thing, all right? And there is opportunity that's there. There's new beginning that's there. I'll be honest with you. I really feel like you don't notice it happening until you get into July, all right? Whatever that's about. It just, to feel like you're in control, you've taken charge. It's all about free will. But sometimes even with free will, you have to be able to do what? Make those decisions. And that's what feels like is lacking a little bit at the time of this full moon. And that it needs a few days. So it's this 2-week period before the new moon comes. So while you're in full moon territory, okay, a lot of patience when it comes to, leaving things in the past and giving birth to new things. Oh my goodness. See, I think you're getting ready to do something much bigger. And it's the wanting to do it, like you've known, or, it's there, like something that's on the tip of your tongue kind of thing. And you're trying to find a way to express it. So to stand up and creatively make it happen. Yeah. And I do very much believe that you will. It's a process. Okay? Definitely a process. One of the things that I often find the need to emphasize is that, when it comes to full moons, new moons, no matter how good they may be, like I'm gonna say is they're advertised, okay? Um, the thing is that there are still people who behave badly, who react badly to the energies. I would hope that you are not one of them, but there are, conflicts here within relationships, okay? People not wanting to get along. I don't feel like this is necessarily on the day of the full moon, but something that is close to it, okay? Because words have a way of flying. After all, Mercury is in home sign of Gemini, and it's starting to do what? It's starting to move forward and pick up speed. Yeah. So, see, there's that like itching to get out of the gate, okay? People have been feeling held back. It's like when I look at the news every day and I see the bad behavior on there. That's what I'm thinking of when I see this, okay? Is that so many people, after being, confined for a year, forgot how to be, normal human beings and be, respectful and kind, and they're, unbelievably out of sorts. All right, so you may encounter people of that type somewhere, wherever you go. But your job is not to engage in that, not to be a part of that. Yours is to kind of be like the captain of your own ship kind of thing, maintain a steady course, and, just try to avoid the conflict that's out there. So it exists, all right? But it doesn't have to be the norm. Just something, let's face it, you want to know which direction you should go, which direction you should go to achieve your hopes and dreams and to be able to move forward. And you're going to find that with each passing day that you really do have that energy around you. And I think it's there for the entire month of July. All right. August may be a bit of a different story. So you have navigated the last 6 weeks. Eclipse season is over. The, energies are starting to smooth out. And it will appear to be easier day by day now until you get to like mid-September when you begin to encounter the next Mercury retrograde. So you're really, oh boy, I love what I'm seeing, because it's like you're putting on your creator cap and saying to yourself, Jupiter is here at this full moon. What am I going to do? What am I going to create? Even if you feel like you are, it's like on a shrinking mass of land, okay, surrounded by sharks in a sea. I don't know how else to put it, because there's so much. There's the Neptunian influence that's there, the dreaminess, but there's that creation and intuition. I remember Jupiter is in Pisces right now. Neptune is retrograding. Your dream scale is going to be like off the charts at this full moon. So, like I said, so much is there that you kind of have to sift through, that you can't just push forward right at the time of the full moon. But I'm telling you, by month's end, so that's what, 6 more days. It's a matter of a week time frame from the 24th to the 30th. There is something going on. You are working on getting that clarity, okay? And this is change that you want to make, like permanent change. Things that you want to put into play for the long term, okay? No more whatever. You're gonna work your butt off for this, whatever it's about, and finding the balance, and a few friends along the way. I like that. All right, not in a stingy way, but willing to share the wealth. And I don't mean about your money. It's about that kindness that's there, that generosity of spirit. See, just give it a few times, days, time, however you want to put it. That's just it. You're going to create your own balance, your own fairness. Doing very well with it. Getting the scales to tip in the other direction. I say by the time that the sun is going home to Leo. So that's a little less than a month away. All right? Yeah, you've got what it takes, and you're really, really wanting to move forward. You know, the sadness that's around, over the lack that's been there. Boy, let's just give it a second here and see what you are overcoming, because you most definitely are. See, it's maybe a good thing, but one tends not to forget. All right, full moons are supposed to be about letting go, but I'm not sure that even if you let go of things in order to move on to new things, that you should let go of the lesson. All right, the lesson should be retained. All right, so if things didn't go right, if they didn't work out, whatever the case may be, eclipse season may have brought some loss for you, relationship wise. Remember the lesson that was there. So it's not like block it out, forget it, and move on. It's remember the story, remember what happened, but don't keep beating yourself up over it. Just remember that lesson, and that feels very, very important and key to moving forward, because you want to move forward with the right people and be happy. But there is definitely a sense here of, it goes back to the very beginning, you trying to regain your footing, not even your momentum right at the time of the full moon, but to regain your footing and get more solid. Like I said, it almost feels like I got up to the last moment, when I talked about being surrounded by sharks. Okay, if you think about it, if eclipse season was a shrinking piece of land that you were on, and you get up to that very edge of the stress, and then it stops, then it's up to you from there what you're going to create, what you're going to work on, and what you're going to make happen. So there's a lot of responsibility that's attached to this, and a little worry there as well. Something is happening here. I want you to look for signs in the coming 2 weeks that have to do with what I have been telling you about the story, the new adventure. Something that you're doing is beginning in this 2-week time frame. Okay, and it's that June through September thing. Okay, remember what I said? There was something coming in, and it was totally different. So if you think of it as you recognizing the calling and what you need to do and what you need to create, see, I think you're feeling much better about things by September. All right, there's something that's happening there, and I look at you and see what is missing, what is gone, it's your power. Okay, however you want to equate that. If you don't feel 100% in charge of some things in your life, then you would be feeling that you're lacking power in a certain area. And power is not power to have power over another human, but to feel in charge of your own self and where you're going and what you're doing. Now, the universe is involved in this, and I am always amazed at the, web that it manages to weave. And you are definitely caught up in this web. And I think it's a wonderful thing. Now, somewhere along the way, there is some good news that's coming in. I don't know how soon it is. I don't think it's just yet. I think that when we come to it, we'll know. All right? But it's there. However, your hopes and dreams and the things that you want, what makes you you, that's what's going to matter here. This is a time frame that you're in that isn't about, impressing anyone else or doing for anyone else. It's about what path you want to be on to achieve your hopes and dreams and how you're going to go about doing it. So if there's an area that you're trying to fix and something that you're trying to do, you're going to stand your ground. So I like this. I really, really do. Just keep an eye on, and I don't mean keep an eye on, but like watch and see how you feel each day as you move from this full moon to the new moon, as you move away from the Mercury retrograde, and of course as you experience the stationing of Neptune, right? And Neptune, of course, is joining Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto. So, we'll have all of our heavy hitters retrograde as well. There's a lot of internal work that is going on at the time. Yeah, it's there's a gem in here somewhere, okay, with Jupiter for you to find. And how big of a gem the universe is providing you with, I cannot say, but it to me seems like one that you can, and you can't do this with gems. You can't water a stone and make it grow, but in this particular case you can nurture, you can work with and find the blessings that are there and make it happen. So I'm thinking you're going to realize pretty soon what it is that you want to do. But I think as part of it may even feel like trial and error. By the time you're ready to, maybe step out and show people what you're about, that may not be until we get to, where Mercury leaves shadow, something of that nature. Just keep an eye on what you're doing. Watch your own progress, because I want you to be amazed with your own self and what you're about to do over these next 3 months. So I want to thank you very much for being here, and I'll see you again real soon. Take care.